Okay, good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss the continuation part of Quantum numbers. In the previous class we have discussed about principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number, right students? Today we are going to discuss the third quantum number, that is magnetic quantum number. Students, magnetic quantum number, which is represented by M or ML also. In some of the textbooks they will give M, some of the textbooks they will give MR. Right? Because this magnetic quantum number is depending upon azimuthal quantum number. So that's why azimuthal quantum number is represented by L. So based on L values only, M values we will write here. So that's why we can also represent with what? ML. Okay students? So this magnetic quantum number was proposed by Lambda. Mainly this magnetic quantum number gives the information about orientation of the orbitals. What students? Spatial orientation of the orbitals with respect to standard set of coordinate axis. How it is? For example, you take P subshell students. P subshell contains how many orbitals? P subshell I have taken. Here P subshell. In this P subshell, how many orbitals are present? 3 orbitals are present. What are those? Px, Py and Pz, right? Px, Py, Pz orbitals, right? That means what? Here p orbital shape is a dumbbell shape. We know already that. Dumbbell is nothing but 2 lobes. If 2 lobes are present along the x-axis, then we can call what? Px orbital. If 2 lobes are present along the y-axis, then we can call that is Py orbital. If the 2 lobes are present along the z-axis, then we can call that is what? This is Py, this is Pz. Right students? So if the 2 lobes are lie along the x-axis Px orbital, along the y-axis Py orbital, along the z-axis Pz orbital. That means what? Here the electron is revolving around the nucleus. That is what? Along the x-axis. If the electron revolves along the x-axis Px, that electron is present in Px orbital, we can say. If the electron revolves along the y-axis, then we can call that is Py. Like that we can say. That means what we can say, friends? This magnetic quantum number gives the information about spatial orientation of the orbital. In which orbital the electron is revolving? X-axis or y-axis or z-axis. That indication is what? Spatial orientation with respect to standard set of coordinate axis, students. Okay na? So what are the values of M for given L value? We have the values for M for given L values are M is equals to minus L to 0 to plus L. That means, for example, L equals to 1 or else L equals to 0 you take. What are the M values? M values are what? Minus 0, 0, plus 0. So total what? Only one value, that is M equals to 0. You may ask L equals to 1 means what sir? L equals to 1 means what are the M values are possible? Minus 1. In place of L you put 1. Minus 1, 0, plus 1. So total how many values? 3. So how do we calculate how many values are present? Total number of values means we have the formula, that is 2L plus 1 students. Suppose you substitute L equals to 0 here. 2 into 0, 0. 0 plus 1, 1. One value. What is that value? Means 0. M equals to 1 value is present. Whenever they have given L value is 0, M also 0 students. One value we got now. What is that means? M equals to 0. Suppose you substitute L equals to 1 here. 2 into 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3 values. What are the 3 values? Minus 1, 0, plus 1. If L equals to 1 means 3 values. L equals to 2 means how many values you get? 2 are 4 plus 1, 5 values. What are the values you will see students now? Okay. So now if you see that all the orbitals present in the sub-level have same energy and shape, they are called what? Degenerate orbitals. This is very important for one mark question. What is that students? What are the degenerate orbitals? Degenerate orbitals are nothing but the orbitals which are having the same energy and shape, the same sub-level, right? So that means what? For example, you take P sub-level only. I have written here P subshell. In P subshell, how many orbitals are there? Px, Py, Pz. 3 orbitals are there. That means these 3 orbitals possess same energy and same shape also. How it is same shapes? P subshell shape is P orbital shape is what? Dumbbell only. Dumbbell means 2 lobes. If the 2 lobes are lie along the x-axis Px orbital, if 2 lobes are lie along the y-axis py orbital. If two lobes are lying along the z-axis, pz orbital. But whatever it may be, how many lobes are lying along the axis? Two lobes. The same shape is same only enough for all the three orbitals. And that too, these three orbitals are having same energy, so that's why we can call as what the degenerate orbitals. So that's why we are keeping the sub boxes in big box, three sub boxes, right students? Because these three orbitals possess same energy. So that's why these three are px, py, pz are degenerate orbitals. We can say students, degenerate orbitals which differ in their spatial orientation. Yes. Spatial orientation means what? Here the electron is revolving along the x-axis in px orbital. If the electron is revolving along the y-axis, that is py orbital. If the electron is revolving along the z-axis, then we can call that as pz orbital. Spatial orientation is different, but shape and energy, everything is same in case of degenerate orbitals, students. Okay, now I hope everybody got it. Now I am taking a 4 columns table. This is, you see that. First, if we take A shell. What is the K shell? First shell in the atom is a K shell. K shell, for K shell, what is the n value means 1. N equals to 1, we can call as what? K shell. If n equals to 1, what are the L values? What is the relationship between n and L? L is equals to maximum n minus 1 value only. This is the formula already we have discussed in the case of Ajuntar Conch number. You see that in the previous video, right? What are the maximum L values for given n means L equals to n minus 1 we have discussed, right students? So here in place of n1 you substitute what are the L values means 0. L equals to 0 you will get students, right? So if L equals to 0, what are the M values? Possible M values you see that minus 0, 0 plus 0. Whatever it will be, that is total is what? 0 only. M values how many we are getting? Only 1. What is that? 0. In the similar manner L shell you take. L shell, right? In case of L shell, what is the n value? N equals to 2 means that shell we can call as what? L shell. If n equals to 2, how many L values are possible? 2 minus 1. L value we are getting maximum 1 means minimum 0. Because what are the L values means? What is the formula? Exact formula? 0, 1, 2 and so on and minus 1. This is the main formula. Maximum L value means this is the formula. L equals to n minus 1 indicates maximum L value for given n. Total values means this is the formula 0, 1, 2 and so on and minus 1. What is the maximum L value for given n? 2 minus 1. 1 is the maximum. Before that 0 also, then the 0 I have taken, students. So if L equals to 0 means what are the m values? 0. L equals to 0. M values, possible m values how many are we are getting? Only 1, that is 0. If L equals to 1 means what are the possible m values? 3 values are there. What are that? Minus 1, 0, plus 1, students. How do we get to know some out of 3 values we are getting or not means? I gave you the formula m equals to 1. Total m values 2l plus 1. Then you substitute l value here. 2 into 1 plus 1. 3. What are the 3 values means? Minus 1, 0, plus 1. See that, students. If L equals to 1, if L equals to 0 means S orbital. If L equals to 1 means P orbital. This is P subshell. In P subshell, how many orientations are there? 3 orientations. Px, Py, Pz. See that 3 we have got. Got it now? In the similar manner, you take K, L, M. M shell I have given to you. What is the n value for M shell? N equals to 3. Then what are the L values? Possible L values? You take maximum 3 minus 1. 2. Maximum is 2 means. So before that 0, 1 also then. 0, 1, 2. Total n values how many? Total L values for the given n is 3. So those are 0, 1, 2. If L equals to 0, then possible m value is 0. We know. If L equals to 1 means possible m value is minus 1, 0, plus 1, right? If L equals to 2 means, then you apply m value, L value here 2. Then 2 into 2 plus 1, students, total 5. What are the 5 values? Minus L2 plus L. Minus L2 plus L means here you will get minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. Total how many orientations we are getting? 5 orientations, students. If L equals to 2 means d orbital. D subshell contains how many orbitals? 5 orbitals. What are the 5 orbitals? You will get to know in the next concept, shapes of orbitals. Everything you will get it, students. Okay, na? Okay, now this is in case of M shell. And in the similar manner, we need to discuss K, L, M, and N shell also you take that. That is N value is how much here? 4. Principal branch number is 4. If it is 4, then only we call that is N shell, right? What are the values of L for given L value? N value 4. Maximum value is at -1. N minus 1, if you apply 3, maximum you are getting how much? 3 here. Before 3, you should take all the values. What are that? 0 possibility is there, 1 possibility is there, 2 also possibility is there, students. So total 0, 1, 2, 3 L values. If L equals to 0, what is the M value? 0. If L equals to 1, what is the M value? -1, 0, plus 1. If L equals to 2, what are the M values? -2, -1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, right? Until here already we have seen. If L equals to 3 means you apply here 2 into 3 plus 1. Total 7 values are possible. What are the 7 values are? -32 plus 3. -32 plus 3. Remind all values right in middle. What are there? All those things. -3, -2, -1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. All these 7 values will get students. L equals to 3 means what orbital is that? F orbital. F subshell contains how many orbitals? 7. S means 1 orbital. S subshell contains 1 orbital. P subshell contains 3 orbitals. D subshell contains 5 orbitals. F subshell contains 7 orbitals. Right? 7 orbitals. The table also I will give you, students. I hope everybody understood this. This how do we write the M values for given L? How do we write the L values for given N? See that M is depending on L value, L is depending on N value. See that these 3 are interrelated. Based on this we can identify, students. I hope everybody understood. You practice one time, definitely you will get, because this is very important in objective oriented also, students. Based on this concept there is a chance to ask questions. All those questions also you will see that. You copy these points, students, everybody. Let us see, students, just I have given to you here. Each orbital in an atom is defined by a set of values of N, L, M, right? These are called what? Quanch numbers. We know already that. Suppose if we take 2p orbital, we can say all the 3 values by using this 2p. What is that? 2 indicates what, students? N. So N equals to 2 we can say. For p subshell, what is the L value? L equals to 1. L equals to 0 means S. P means 1. If L equals to 1 means what are the M values possible? -1, 0, plus 1. Like that we can say all the values. I hope everybody understood. If they give anything, any subshell like this, if they give all the 3 values we can write by using this. 4s you take. You take one more example, 4s. What is the N value for this? 4. What is the L value for S? 0. Yes, L0 means M possibility is only M equals to 0. Like that we can write all the things. All the 3 Quanch numbers we can write by using the subshell. If they give 2p or 4p or 5d, whatever it may be, we can write all the 3 possible Quanch numbers. Okay, now we will see that. Suppose I have given to you value of L. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this I have given to you, students. And the subshell notation. What is the subshell notation for given L value? How many orbitals you will get for each subshell? You see that. Suppose if value of L equals to 0 means what subshell is that? S subshell. In S subshell, how many orbitals possibility is there? Only 1. L equals to 1 means what subshell is that? P subshell. In P subshell, how many orbitals are present? 3. Px, py, pz, right? In L equals to 2 means what subshell is that? D subshell. D subshell, how many orbitals will get? 5. What are the 5 orbitals you will get to know in the shapes of orbitals? There you will get it. L equals to 3 means what subshell is that? F subshell. Total number of orbitals 7. So this value is odd number. You see that, students. For S subshell 1, P subshell 3, D subshell 5, F subshell 7, G subshell 9. Next, H subshell 11. Orbitals like that you will get, students. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Up to F subshell only we have in the periodic table. G and H still they did not find out. They have proposed next subshell may be Z. Next subshell may be H, like that. But till now we have only 118 elements. So by writing the electronic configuration up to 118 elements, F subshell is enough. So that's why we are not going to use G and H subshells. Okay, students. But I have given to you one idea about this. Okay, now this like this we have to write the subshell notation for given L, and depending upon the subshell we can write the number of orbitals. Okay, students. I hope everybody got that. Next, how do we calculate the number of electrons in a subshell? In a subshell, how do we calculate? Suppose how many electrons are present in a subshell? How do we write? S means what we can say L equals to 0. That value we can substitute here. 2 into 2L plus 1, or else 4L plus 2. L value 0 you can substitute. 0 into 4, 0. 0 plus 2 electrons. Maximum, how many electrons we can accommodate in a subshell? 2 only, because only one box, right? This one orbital. Now you see that. Suppose P subshell, you have a doubt. In case of P subshell, what is the L value? 1. You substitute 1, 4 into 1, 4 plus 2, 6 electrons, because P subshell contains 3 orbitals. In each orbital, 1 electron we can fill it with 6. D subshell 5 orbitals, 5 2s are 10 we need to get. In case of D subshell, L value is how much? 2. 2 into 4, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. Got it, my students? Like this, we can easily calculate the number of electrons in a given subshell. What is the formula we have to use? Means 4L plus 2 students. This is about magnetic quantum number. So see that principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number. These 3 quantum numbers are interrelated. These 3 quantum numbers are deduced from Schrodinger wave equation. But the other quantum number is also required to identification about direction of the spin of the electron. What is that? Fourth quantum number means spin quantum number, right? Spin quantum number. What is the spin quantum number? We are going to discuss, students. Note down these points, everybody. Let us see, students, the last type of quantum number, that is spin quantum number, which is represented by S. In some of the textbooks they may give MS also. Okay, na? Magnetic quantum number is also represented by MS in some of the textbooks. Don't confuse that. This spin quantum number was introduced by Wilhelm Beck and Gauss-Smith to explain the line spectra observed. Line spectra means what? A well-defined lines will get like this. In case of alkali metals, that is first year group elements, he observed in this whatever the line spectra he got, it splits into a group of fine lines. That is that group. If it is divided into 2 lines, 2 sublines, then that we can call as what? Doublets, students. 2 lines means doublets. If it splits into 3 lines like this, then we can call as what? Triplet. This is triplet. If the line spectra is subdivided into group of fine lines, in that group of fine lines, if 2 are present, that we can call as doublet. If 3 are present, that we can call as what, students? Triplet, right? So what he observed in the line spectra means, in some of the elements, that spectra is divided into 2 lines. In some of the elements, that spectra is divided into, in some cases 2 lines, in some cases 3 lines. So if it is divided into 2 lines, that we can call as a doublet. For all first year group elements, he observed doublet configuration. That line spectra is divided into 2 group of fine lines, that we can call as what? Doublet. In case of alkaline elements, he observed both, that is what, doublets and the triplets also he observed, students. Okay, na? He observed that one. So to explain this one, doublet for first year group elements, doublets and triplets for second year group elements, and also spin off electrons. That means what? How the electron is revolving around the nucleus, whether in clockwise manner or in anti-clockwise manner. So to explain all these observations, he proposed spin quantum number, students. Okay, na? So it is observed that the electron in an atom is not only revolving around the nucleus, but is also spinning around its own axis, students. How it is revolving around its own axis? Suppose if you consider this is an electron, here the electron may revolve around the nucleus in a clockwise manner. This is clockwise direction. See that, like this means clockwise direction. Like this means what? Anti-clockwise direction. Simple. Arrow I capture. Here if you consider this is an electron, right? Anti-clockwise direction. So spinning of electron around its own axis also possibility is there. Not only the electron revolve around the nucleus, it also spin around its own axis. how it will around its own axis. If it is around its own axis in clockwise manner or anti-clockwise manner, two orientations are there, that also we will discuss students. Now you see an electron spins around its own axis much in a similar way how Earth revolves around the sun, students. See that he compared with this one. An electron spins around its own axis much in a similar way as Earth spins around its own axis while revolving around the sun, students. Right? He compared with that one, planets. Right? Now you see that an electron can spin either in clockwise manner or in anti-clockwise manner. If an electron revolves around its own axis in clockwise manner, then we can represent the spin constant number with plus half. If it is in anti-clockwise direction, then you can represent with minus half. Why you have taken half only? Here how many electrons you have taken? One electron. So the difference between these two spins you should get exactly one. In such a way you have to take. You see that here? Suppose difference means plus higher minus lower you will take. Difference is simple minus. The lower value is what? Minus half. Half minus half minus positive. So half plus a half student again 1 will get. Why you have taken in some other value you can take as to get 1. Yes. But see that here two different manner it is rotating means. One is in clockwise direction means we should show with the upward arrow. Clockwise direction suppose. In anti-clockwise direction means we should show with the downward arrow. If it is plus half, this should be minus half. Here the magnitude, how much in positive direction is there, the same amount of magnitude should be in the negative direction, students. So, but the sign is different, direction is different, but the value should be same. That we have to identify. Magnitude should be same, sign should be negative. And that too, here, if you take any orbital, in orbital how many electrons we can accommodate maximum? 2 electrons. The 2 electrons should be opposite to each other. Opposite direction should be. For example, if you take like this, how do we write here electrons? How do we fill electrons? Means one is in upward direction, other should be in the downward direction. You should not fill like this. 2. If it is there to this direction or the same direction, then we can call that is what parallel spins. These are parallel spins. These are opposite spins. Opposite spins. Spin paired of spin we can call. This is what parallel spin, students. So like that we have they have taken the values, spin constant number values. If it is in clockwise direction, positive direction that is, so plus half. Negative direction is anti-clockwise direction. So that's why they have chosen the value that is minus half, students. Now you see that electron besides having mass and a charge. Mass, electron possesses some mass, we know already that. The charge of an electron also we know. Mass of an electron also we know. Electron besides having mass and charge has spin angular momentum. Spin angular momentum, how do we calculate? We will see. Orbital angular momentum we have calculated na L value, capital L equals to square root of L into L plus 1 into h by 2 pi. In the similar manner, spin angular momentum also we can calculate, students. What is that formula? Also we will see that. Which is a vector quantity, means it has both the magnitude and direction, students. So it is a vector quantity. Still some more points we have in this spin constant number, students. I hope everybody understood what we have discussed till now this point, right? Note down these points. Let us see, students, here. I told you already each orbital can accommodate how many electrons? Maximum is 2 electrons. While accommodating the 2 electrons, these 2 electrons should accommodate with the opposite spins like this, students. This is one condition. If suppose if the electrons are there like this means parallel spins, students. If the electrons are there in the same direction means parallel spins, that type of orbital will not exist in the region, in an atom. Okay, na? That we know. While adding the 2 electrons, mutually understanding and they will exist in the orbital in opposite direction, right? So each orbital can accommodate 2 electrons in the opposite spins. So it gives the direction of the spin of the electron in the orbital of an atom. It gives the information about the spinning of an electron in the orbital in an atom, right, students? Spinning of an electron means whether it is there in the clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. Clockwise direction spin will represent with the upward arrow generally. Anti-clockwise anti-clockwise direction we represented with the downward arrow. Generally, I am writing here, right? So it cannot be reduced from Schrodinger wave equation. Then what quantum numbers reduced from Schrodinger wave equation means NLM. Principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number are the solutions of Schrodinger wave equation. Reduced from Schrodinger wave equation, but not the spin quantum number. So that's why spin quantum number, only the quantum number, it is independent on all other three quantum numbers. The three quantum numbers are interrelated, but spin quantum number is not interrelated with that three. Only it tells about how the electron is spinning around its own axis, whether it is in clockwise direction or in an anti-clockwise direction. So that's why it will not depend on other three quantum numbers, students. So it is also not reduced from Schrodinger wave equation. Then how do we calculate here spin angular momentum, sir? Spin angular momentum of an electron we can calculate by using this formula. Orbital angular momentum is denoted by capital L. Spin angular momentum is denoted by mu s. Angular momentum mu s. Spin angular momentum, so that's why we can represent it with mu s, which is equal to square root of s into s plus 1 into h by 2 pi. S is nothing but spin quantum number. It may be plus half, it may be minus half. It may be plus half, it may be minus half. They will ask you while giving this value, you can calculate easily with it. H by 2 pi we can also write in the form of h class. H class is nothing but what, students? H by 2 pi. I hope everybody got the quantum numbers. Easily you will get it. Quantum numbers, principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum numbers, and magnetic quantum number and spin quantum number. The main important points: principal quantum number gives the information about size and energy of the orbital. First, azimuthal quantum number gives the information about shape of the orbital, and it defines the subshell or sublevel also. Magnetic quantum number gives the information about spatial orientation of the orbital. Okay, along the axis, that is coordinate axis, whether it is spatial orientation is present along the x-axis or y-axis or z-axis, like that we can say, right, students? And spin quantum number gives the information about the spin of an electron, spinning of an electron around its own axis, whether it is in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. Clockwise direction is plus half, anti-clockwise direction is spin quantum number represented with what? Minus half, students. So these are about quantum numbers. Okay, now you practice, you take some numericals and practice it. You will see some of the numericals based on this. So same related numericals will get in the competitive also. We solve some of the questions even in the assignment in the next class. Let us see now, students. What is the total number of orbitals associated with the principal quantum number n equals to 3? Total number of orbitals formula is what? Total number of orbitals formula is n square, right? Total number of orbitals formula for given n value is n square. N value is 3. Here 3 square is nothing but 9. 9 orbitals are. Yes, what are that? You may ask the question here. You take good question. N equals to 3 means what shell? K, L, M shell. I have written already. How many L values will get? What is the maximum L value? N minus 1. 3 minus 1, 2 is the maximum value. Before that 0, 1, 2 also there. If L equals to 0 means what are the M values? M values point out here 0. For M value, for given L value 1. If L equals to 1, what are the M values? Minus 1, 0 plus 1, 3 orientations here. L equals to 2 means what are the M values? Minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. See that here how many values? 1. In this 1, right? This is 1. Here how many? 3. Here how many? In this subshell? 5, right? This is what? Subshell S. This is what? Subshell. This is P. This is what? D. In S how many are there? 1. In P how many are there? 3. In D how many are there? 5. Orbitals, that is. This is 1 orbital. This is 3 orbitals. This is 5 orbitals. 1 plus 3 plus 5. Total 9. Just simply you can take the formula. You can calculate it easily. Got it now? Easy now? That's that type of numericals also they are asking. Easy and very very important questions. So okay, fine. Then next question you see that using S, P, D, F notations, describe the orbital with following quantum numbers. Describe the orbital with following quantum numbers. See that. N value 2 given, L value 1 given. What is that orbital? What is that orbital means? How do we say this is principal quantum number? As it is you write. Answer I am writing. See that. This question answer I am writing here itself. Principal constant number as is that as a coefficient we will write. L equals to 1 means what orbital is that? P orbital, right? 2p this is. I told you very clearly, students. L equals to 0 s orbital, L equals to 1 p orbital, L equals to 2 d orbital, L equals to 3 f orbital, right? These four only we use frequently because up to f sub shall only we use while writing the electronic configuration, right? So that's why here what we have got 2p. Now in the similar manner you find out here principal constant number 4 they have one. L equals to 0 means what orbital is that? S orbital. S subshell you take 4s. In the similar manner, fifth shell they have one 5. L equals to 3 means what subshell is that? F subshell. So 5f. L equals to 3 you take 3. L equals to 2 means what subshell is that? D subshell. D. See that how much easily we have written the answers. So like that easily we'll get the answers for such type of questions, especially based on what? Conch numbers. Conch numbers related questions are very important and easy also, students, if you get a confident, if you have a grip in the subject. So conch numbers, everybody practice 2 or 3 times everybody the concept. If you have a grip in the concept, whatever the question they can ask, you can able to easily answer, students. Very important topic this is, conch numbers topic, not only in the board point of view, it is also very important in the competitive examination part also, students. Got it? This is about conch numbers. The next class, based on these conch numbers, I will give you an assignment. That assignment questions you have to we have to solve. Classwork I will tell you, homework questions you have to solve, students. Okay, now I hope everybody got it. Note down all these points. Thank you.